let me switch some things around here. All right, and then it might make it easier for me to see you. Alrighty. We're not doing that. Let's turn that on. Have it ready. I can unplug that. Make that work better. All right. Hello, Patricia. How are you? Thank you for joining me today. You know, at the last minute, I decided I'm going to put my iPad kind of right here in front. Instead of me having to look sideways. Should have gotten better organized. You know, I kept thinking, oh, when am I going to go live today? I've got my friend coming over in a little while. Well, not for a few more hours. It's her birthday. And we're going to have a little glass of wine together. And I'm going to give her birthday present. So I thought, you know what? I better get this done now because I have a lot of paint to pour. My bottles came in yesterday so I can get the Enchanted Forest poured and shipped to my daughter. So if you are interested in buying the Enchanted Forest liquid pixie dust, which was discontinued several months ago, I got my hands on the last of it. But I have to pour it into the bottles myself, and my daughter's got to ship it. The paint company's not shipping all that for me. And I really don't have a whole lot. But anyway, so I started this project yesterday afternoon. Hello, Teresa. How are you? And Amanda. Real quick, I absolutely love, I got to show you this leaf I did yesterday. Well, kind of show you a couple of things. So I started my round. I'm going to make this a wall hanging. It's probably going to go in my guest bathroom is what I'm thinking. Maybe some, I don't know, might change my mind about where it's going to go. And then I have this huge leaf. It was, you know, plain leaf like this that I got at the Dollar Tree last year. And I painted it yesterday during my live. And after I got done painting it, I absolutely love the way I used all metallics. Absolutely love the way it turned out, that my whole idea for this wall hanging changed. Also, guess what? My viewers yesterday encouraged me to try paint spattering, which I've only done back in my, when I was a paint contractor and doing cabinet work. I would do spattering on cabinets, but I have a tool, but it's in storage right now. It's really a cool brush and it spatters paint. Well, yesterday, although I'm gonna show any of you who might be intimidated like I was, I'm gonna show you. Yesterday I spattered paint, kind of, right? Make it look like a nighttime sky. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. So let's start with that first. I'm going to use the gold, the 24 karat liquid pixie dust, because I love the gold with, kind of looks like golden stars. So I'm going to put a little bit here in my tray. Oh shoot, Josie. That was not what I intended to do. You ever do silly things like I just did? Worst comes to worst, I can always use the other side. But it wiped right off because the liquid pixie dust has, you know, kind of I call it a built-in finish. Now, I was watching a live, or YouTube rather, to kind of get an idea. I know I've seen other artists do this spattering technique, and the girl that I was watching was using the fan brush. And although I didn't use the fan brush for that part, or that side, I'm going to use it today because why not? Right? She dipped her brush in water, and then so she dipped it. I'm dipping my brush in water, and then she pulled the paint out, right? So you've got a watery brush. Now let's see. And I'm going to take, whoops. Oh, there we go. Oh, wow. Now I see why she used a fan brush. It gives, because it spatters bigger, like in a bigger radius, right? All right, that's all I think I need. That wasn't much, was it? So I'm gonna put this aside. And hello, Estella. Oh, hi, Mara. You may have already popped out, but there's my friend Mara. Okay, and Lavada. Hello. Oh, Lavada, I want to thank you for your, I know you, I just want to thank you, and you know why. Okay, hopefully you know why. So there's my spattered board. Now I decided to do 2 cardinals because one's going to be the male, and I did base coat this one in gold yesterday. I thought I had gold left in my train. I didn't want to waste it. So I'm going to do a female, I'm going to do male. And I went ahead, you know, I glued it. These are from Tater Buggin's Cardinal kits, all right? And what you do is you glue the wing and the back feather on, so that way you can decide which way you want it to face. Mr. T also had drilled a hole at the bottom, and it comes with a stand, but I like to use mine on my wall hangings. So these cardinals are representing, oh no, don't tell me I got it, no. These cardinals are gonna represent Mr. Pixie and me, right? So we're gonna do a male and a female. I'm gonna set this one aside for a second. I want to get a quick base coat of, I think, chai latte. Now, you know, did you know female cardinals are not the red ones? They're not as bright red, they're more muted, and maybe you might think not as pretty, because it's the male cardinals that are the red, the all red, or like, well, in most of the time you'll see them all red. In Maui, the cardinals are different there. They have like kind of gray bodies and red heads. But I want to do more traditional. So anyway, I'm not going to do the body of the female in the 24 karat. I think I'm going to use Prosecco, but I'm going to go ahead and base coat her with chai latte first, because then what happens, the Prosecco looks better, and I may only need 1 coat. And then I'll be able to cover like the wood grain and all that. So let's just get that on there real quick. What I did is I spackled the hole. Because if it's a wall hanging, I don't want it to be up on the wall and then you see these holes under it, right? That wouldn't look good. Alrighty. Put a little more. And what I'll end up doing, I will work on the male cardinal first, and I will end up applying more of the 24 karat. I love working on what I call wet on, it's called, actually not just me calling it, it's called wet on wet paint. It makes the paint blend better. You can blend it opposed to letting your paint dry and layering the paint. And I love blending my paint. And that's what I did on that leaf. The leaf, I kept using the same brush on that leaf, kept blending the colors together. So like when I had done the gold and started adding the other colors, the gold was partially dry. So as it layered, that's so pretty. So we'll leave her sitting there like that. I do want my base coat to dry though before I add the Prosecco on top. And I'm not totally sure how I'm gonna paint her. I didn't look at a picture of the female cardinal. I'm just gonna kind of go from memory. I know that I think her head is red, but then it goes into more of the muted creams and stuff like that. So that's why I'm not sure that I'm just gonna keep her body more neutral opposed to the male cardinal. And then I found some stuff in my stash from Totally Dazzled that I bought that I completely forgot about, that I'll be able to glue onto that board. It's gonna look so cute. And it's going to have a lot of meaning to me, especially because we love cardinals in our house. Mr. Pixie is a big, big St. Louis Cardinal baseball fan. His family's from St. Louis originally. He's not, but his family was. And of course, we live in Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals are the football team here. But we have a video bird feeder in our backyard that I bought Mr. Pixie for his birthday. He puts cardinal food in there so that he can see the cardinals come and eat. And lately, some blue jays have been coming. All right, so I'm gonna put this in water before it dries. So let's start with Mr. Cardinal here. I want to do is I'm going to use, you know, the 24 karat, and I think I'm going to start, I'm going to blend. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and put a thin coat of 24 karat. Then I'll work in the Crimson Tide. I might even add some new penny. I haven't decided yet. This isn't going to like, it's not supposed to like mimic a real cardinal. These are just like to give us the idea of the cardinals. So let me just grab a brush here. So again, we'll just kind of start, and then I have to also do I've got to do the beak and all that. Let me get my coat of gold. My 24 karat. Get that on. Your grandfather was a huge fan. Oh, wait, I gotta read that. Maybe I have to, my gold might end up drying if I don't get that Crimson Tide on there fast enough. I'm not gonna even change my brush. I'm gonna just let it blend in, and hopefully you can see it. Hello, Catherine, Kelly, and Carla. Okay. See how that's just kind of blending? Because the paint, the 24 karat's not totally dry. I love how the gold actually shows through. So this is going to be, like I said, more the idea of a male, female cardinals. I didn't feel like downloading pictures and trying to really, 'cause sometimes I go nuts like that. I want to download a picture and then I want to really make it look realistic. And it's not necessary because it's not a portrait. It's just, you know, we'll have the idea of the male, female cardinals. Right? So I'm using all metallics. I want this to really just have that beautiful metallic sheen. So I didn't even, other than the base coat of the chai latte, I'm not even breaking out the magical chalk paint. Now what I might want to do, now, okay. So now I think what we're going to do is grab, yeah, I think we'll just kind of grab a little bit of statuary, which is our bronze color. Let's see where I can just, you know, just blend it in a little bit here and there, like on the edges, kind of like how I did, kind of like how I did my leaf, how that same type of technique. And if you didn't watch my live yesterday, you can go back and watch the replay so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, where I'm just placing paint along the edge, right? And bringing it into the middle. And like I said, it's not, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on this. I don't want to go crazy on it. I will need to make, the whole little cardinal beak, that whole black area. I'll have to do that. So I'll end up, I don't know if you can you can kind of see the difference, right? Okay. I think I need a little bit more statuary. Anyway, I wish I knew how I could keep my iPad comments on. If any of you know the secret to keeping the comments from blacking out where I don't have to touch my screen, let me know, because I'm always touching my screen. All right, okay, so Northern Roots Crafts. Are you Lisa Siegold? Am I mistaken? Because I know if you're not, I accidentally called you Lisa and I'm pretty sure I did. I think. Okay. So you can see the statuary is not really dark, but I'm starting to see more depth of color. Okay, Lisa, I just wanted to make sure. I wanted you to know I got your sister-in-law's tray sent out. So hopefully she'll like it. I'm just adding a little more Crimson Tide just to kind of darken it a little bit. Again, I'm just kind of playing. I'm thinking I might use New Penny on the female, kind of leave the male more red. You know what I can do is kind of outline the beak. Right? And then I can go back over that with onyx, right? Just kind of keeping everything in the metallic. Oh, that's pretty. There's something though I love about gold, so I may have to come, okay. I may want to come back in with some gold. This is where I need to stop fussing, but you know how it is. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Look at that. Can you see just that little bit of gold on the edges? That's what it needs. Oh yeah. That's what it needs. That is just making it, the whole thing really pop. Oh yeah. You see that? Just kind of makes it really pop. least I hope it will inspire her too. I'm just so sorry about your loss and her loss. It's never easy. Okay, for now, because I need to do the female, I may as well wait before I use onyx on the beak. I can set this one aside. Again, you can see I'm not going nuts on him. Pretty basic, right? Now, I don't want to use that brush because it's got the red on it. We're going to use Prosecco. And we're going to see how she turns out. I think the Prosecco being, you know, oh my gosh, this is the perfect combination. If you are going to use Prosecco on something, base coat it with chai latte first. It's almost Prosecco is almost like the metallic version of chai latte. And it gives you much better coverage over when you're going over a similar color, but you're not wasting or using up unnecessary expensive metallic paint if you've got the chalk paint under it. That's kind of a secret. When I used to do walls in metallic finishes, if there was a predominant color I was using, which usually there was, what I would do is I would base coat my wall in a similar color so that I wasn't using so much metallic paint because it's so expensive, right? I mean, a little bit goes a long way. But you know, why use it unnecessarily if you don't need to? So it's hard to tell. I mean, look at that. That's the chai latte. That's Prosecco. And anybody interested in ordering paint, we are, almost every day I get an email saying, I want to order paint, but I don't know how. We are a company. We are a legit company. I'm not just a crafter. I've been in business since 2017. My company name's Paint Pixie. My website's paintpixie.com to make it easy for you. So if any of my affiliates are watching, if you don't mind, while you're doing your lives and promoting our paint, if you could let people know where to order it, because I get, like I said, I get these emails that say your affiliate so-and-so uses your paint all the time. Oops. And I want to order paint. I need to do is get an email out to everybody letting them know, because we could all be, my affiliates could be getting sales, right? We could be getting sales. We can get the paint into everybody's hands, brushes into everybody's hands. But I actually started as a brush company. So I had Crimson Tide on my finger and got it on the neck. Oh, it probably wouldn't matter because I will be painting that, but that's okay. Okay. I'll cover it anyway. So anyway, let's see. Okay, how do I order the paints? Cynthia. Go to paintpixie.com. Oh, it's funny. I didn't even see Cynthia's comment before I said that. Cynthia, it's paintpixie.com. And then you'll see a tab that says paint products. And then when you hover over that, it'll say magical chalk paint or it'll say metallics. The reason I don't have it liquid pixie dust because people don't realize that's actually our metallic. So it's just easier to put the, you know, magical chalk paint, you know what that is, and then metallic paint. You click on that. That's how you do it. Thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. All right. Now I think I'm going to start off a little different, like I said, with this one. I think I'm going to start off with New Penny, which is our copper. Don't ask me why. And then I'm going to work some, I think, Crimson Tide into it. So let's see what happens here. And I'm using the same brush. Didn't change brushes. Using the same brush as I did my Prosecco. And if you use kind of a worn out brush like I have, see how it's kind of worn out? As you go to, you drag your brush, right? It almost looks like the feathers. It's really cool. Now, I may want to add some Prosecco back in a little bit, just there, because it's kind of dark under that. We're gonna add, oh, that's pretty. So she won't be as colorful, right? Because female cardinals are not as colorful as the males. And what I just did just now, just because I'm playing, I picked up some of the New Penny Copper with the Prosecco, kind of lightened it up. So that's how she's turning out so far. Oh wait, what's that? For some reason, I'm not getting your notifications. I think the problem is you've got to go back up to the dots. I think it is the 3 dots, and make sure it says following. It's like seems like every time Facebook makes changes, they make you follow all over again. Right, I wanna, you see, I'm just playing a little bit. I've got to figure out the color combination I want her to be. She's not going to be the bright red. I'm going to add some red, right? I want to add some red, just not just yet. I'm going to layer her a little bit. I'm going to layer her with some of this New Penny. Whoop. Oh, need some more New Penny. I need such a small amount of paint that I just want to really put like little drops on my little tray here. Okay. This is where we're at with her right now. Now, I do want to add a little bit of the red, the Crimson Tide, using the same brush. Let's try this, right? That might be too much, so let's take some off. This might be a good time. Oh, and I accidentally picked up some copper, which is fine. But this might be a good time for me to maybe reactivate my paint a little bit. Oh, hopefully that wasn't too much. I have a lot of water there. I don't know. It might be too much. I probably should have spritzed it from farther away. Right, we want her to have the red head. I just don't want her as vibrant as the male, right? I don't want her as vibrant as Mr. Pixie. Now, I'm sure you know the reason, and I have got my own theory. Why are the male birds prettier than female birds? What do you think? So here's my male, right? Here's my female. So you can see that they're different. I think I want to add some gold into her, like right, maybe in the underbelly. Yeah, I think that's pretty. And then I'm going to work some of that new penny back into the gold, just to soften it a bit. I think I'm going to dip my brush in the water. Maybe that's what I should be doing. I know she doesn't have a lot of red in her wings, but I don't want her to be completely boring, right? We don't want her to be boring. I'm trying to soften that paint. Should dry that a little bit. All right. Maybe I want to soften that. What do you think? Okay. What? I guess it followed me. I don't know what that means. They need to catch the attention of the females. That's what I thought, Catherine. Right? They make them prettier so that they can do that. Right? So that they're, like you said, they're prettier. I feel like I want to make her head just a little redder. Oh, I already have that on there. So I'm going to take my copper penny again. But because I don't want her as bright, and I'm going to dilute it with, I'm going to kind of dilute my Crimson Tide with the copper penny. That way it's not as red. Sorry, I stop talking because now I get deep into thought. All right, here we go. And I can add more gold back into that underbelly. I think that's really pretty. Right now I've got a little bit of gold left on my brush, so it ended up brushing some. Right? You like that? Okay, so now I'm going to go back up here, just add a little bit more color to the top is all I'm doing. I think I like it when my brush is wet because it's moving the paint better. Right? Okay. And then I can paint their beaks. Right? So she's not as red, which I don't want her to be. Right? So we've got the male, we've got the female without going crazy. What I do like about the male is how I outlined him with the gold. So maybe I can see if I can outline maybe the female with, let's try it. Oh, statuary. I don't know that I like this brush, doing it with this brush though. Let me try a different brush. Let me try a better brush. It's too wet. Hold on, I'll show you in a second. Oh. I think it's better because it is just kind of defining the cardinal a little bit more. Yeah, I like that. I don't know if you can tell, see, a little bit. All right, and this is coming right along. Oh, it's probably gonna be maybe one of the fastest lives I've ever done. Okay. And I'll just do the same thing here, just so I kind of give myself an idea of where I'm going to put the onyx for the beak. There we go. There we go. All right, let me grab my onyx. And where are you? You know, I'm thinking I might want, maybe I want to use, do I have licorice? Where's my licorice? I could use mud pie. You know what? I'm gonna use a chalk paint, the mud pie, just because it'll give me a base for the onyx. Mud pie is just a really deep, deep gray. Let me grab, I moved my brushes. I'm gonna grab like the little like icon brush. Just, it's not going to be a great coat because it's like a little mini liner brush, but it'll cover, it'll probably do just fine with the onyx on top. Now, if you like the cardinal kit, you can get that on the Taterbuggin website. I buy these from Taterbuggin, which is Lindy. I think it's good enough, right? Good enough. I don't think anybody coming into my house is going to like, well, that's not exactly how a cardinal beak is. And I want to say, you know what? It's all abstract, right? It's abstract art. All right, let me put that there. I'm going to dry that for a second, and that way I can get the onyx on top. And then what I like to do, I like to take little tiny rhinestones for their eyes. So I'll do that afterwards. But gosh, we're almost done here. We're gonna be able to glue everything on here in a minute. In the meantime, whoa. Hi, Terry Jo. Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Stacy. Okay. Let's see if I can just use the same brush. No, I might want to, well, I'm going to say I might want to use a better brush, but no, this works. I just kind of let it flatten out. So onyx is our black metallic. Oh, that's pretty, right? And then I should have gotten my rhinestone out earlier. I didn't, I forgot. And I think cardinals have black eyes, right? Like a little black dot. Usually I use a black rhinestone. Another thing I could do, and I could show you, maybe instead of using the rhinestone, just that the rhinestone's so pretty. Not to say I couldn't go back and put it in there after the live so I don't waste your time, but you could take the end of your brush and dot it and make an eyeball. So let's do that. If I'm going to use the onyx. We're going to just make a little eyeball. Whoops. And that might just work. So here we are. Whoop, there we go. All right, now see, I got my spattering on. Love how that turned out. Probably end up doing more spattering. But now we've got to decide. Let me get some of this out of the way. Let me just move that. Get it. Whoa. Get it out of the way. Now I want my cardinals to be raised. I want them basically to be raised above the leaf. So I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and use the hot glue. Oh, but wait. Before I glue down my leaf, I need to see where these are going to be placed, right? So, and, right, I've got to, probably should just glue that down, and then, there we go. Let me glue, it's like a Jenga block, right? Let me glue it down underneath the cardinal. Okay. And we'll put that right there. And hopefully I'm not going to be thinking like, kind of like right like that maybe, right? And then I can glue that one down. And this one, just to kind of cover that hole if I want, I could do her like right here. And then I'm going to show you what I plan to put right here. Right? He can go there. She could go here. Yeah, I like that. Oh, but wait, I can't glue them on. Okay. I can't glue them on until I glue the leaf. Whoa. I don't know if you see the steam coming off of that. That is hot. Right? Okay, well, here goes nothing. I'm committed now. Wow, I can feel the heat of the glue coming through. I'm committed now. Okay. We'll get him glued on right there. Alrighty. Let him be like that. Then I don't want to see my riser. Do that. How's that? Okay. Let's glue my block right there that I'm using as a riser. And then I can glue her like that. Okay. All right. Okay. Whoa, I'm like strings everywhere. So for what I'm going to put here, I am going to use my B7000 glue, which I have right here. So what do you think so far? Ah, hey, I glue on the back of that. What do you think? Do we like it so far? And then I'm going to fill this empty space. I'll show you what I'm going to fill it with. Right? Thank you, Stacy. I love my color choice on the leaves. That just happened by, like, just by playing with paint. No other reason. All right, so this is what I found in my stash. They had like their own little mystery bag that I bought. I think it was like $5. And one of the words in it is grateful. They also have two hearts. This one and this one. So what I'm thinking, I'm going to use the word grateful and I'm going to use the heart. But I don't know if I like the red and the green heart or something softer. I'm kind of leaning towards the pink heart. I mean, this definitely to me screams Christmas, even though it's a heart. It's probably supposed to be for Valentine's Day. But, right, grateful heart, because I have a grateful heart. So what do we think? Right, I'm thinking the pink. Let's see what you say. I am curious to see what you all say. Right, pink. Yeah, I don't think I like the red. it's too much in your face. Yeah, the pink. Hi, Melinda. How are you, friend? All right, so let me get these glued on. And I think I'm gonna glue them on this way. I'm gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna have to put a ribbon or something, a hanger. So I'll hang it like in between here. So I think I wanna do this. Here we go. Alrighty. Then, what am I doing before I sign off? You've been door dashing. I don't think we even have DoorDash in Sedona. I do have rope. Which could look really pretty, being that it's all kind of nature, right? Grateful. Heart. All right, and then one more thing I have to do before I say goodbye to everybody. What would that be? I'm not going to put the hanger on today. You don't need to see that. Oh, you know what? Let's see if I can cut. Yeah, more the natural vibe. That's exactly what I'm thinking, Catherine. So these were brooches, right? These things were brooches. So I had to cut them off. Melinda, you are right, gifting. So guess what? I'm gifting to you. I'm gifting paint to you, Melinda. Since you answered that correctly. I'm going to gift Melinda one of our little sample bottles of Enchanted Forest and First Frost. So you've got a couple different greens for Christmas. All right, okay, might have to just work with this because I can't get it. So hopefully, let's see. I'm gonna put some glue on the top there. And then let's put it on the other side. That's the drawback of like when you're using like a pin or a brooch, you've got to snap those off and hope. Let's see if I put it down here. And hope you can make it work. But when you're buying, right, when you're buying like a mystery bag, you don't know what you're getting. And nor would I have cared that it's a brooch. Honestly. Okay, Grateful Heart. I think it's going to work. Well, if I could get Grateful to stick, should, right? Once it dries. Maybe I didn't put enough glue. Maybe that's the problem. Let's try that. Oh, same problem. Because it was a brooch and it has high, there we go, I got it now. I'm not gonna let that beat me, right? I needed to glue it onto those areas I cut off. Okay. Whew. And there we go, folks. So, let's just review real quick. Cardinals are from the Tater Buggin. Go to their taterbuggin.com. Once you're in your shop, just type in cardinals. in their search, and the Cardinal kit comes up, and it's super inexpensive. I want to say they're like $17 a piece, and I believe that includes shipping. Mr. T cuts all of these out by hand. He does not use a pattern. These are cut out by hand, and I would love it if you would support their small business. So I used a 12-inch round. The leaf is from the Dollar Tree. When I was in Vegas last week, they still had some, even though I bought mine last year. And of course, oh no. Okay. I'll fix that after. The Grateful and the Heart come from Totally Dazzled. The paints, Starry Night is my background. I use so many. You might want to go watch my live from yesterday, but 24 karat, Royal Highness is the purple, Enchanted Forest and First Frost are the greens, Crimson Tide is the red. And where you see the gold and the Crimson Tide come together, it looks copper. So there's kind of a hint for you right there. If you don't want to buy new penny, buy 24 karat, buy Crimson Tide, mix them together when you need copper, right? So you may have to, pay for the two, but you get a third color when you mix them. Anyway, my friends, I appreciate you being here with me today. Melinda, thank you. I will be sending you the Enchanted Forest and First Frost. And I still need to get the paints out from yesterday. All right, everyone, have a great afternoon. Thank you for joining me. Love you so much. Please, please, please share my page. Let everybody know they can buy the products on our website. I would really appreciate it. All right, bye. Till next time.